talent that you bring to the mission. And then the T in SMART goal is not only it's got to be measurable, it's got to be achieved in a certain time limit, right? So if it's 3 months or 6 months or a year or 24 months, whatever the goal is, put the goal out there, make it specific, but put it on a calendar and say, I want to have attained it by this point. That's what planning does, right? And at least in that kind of plan, you can check the box and say, gosh, I did that. I'm on track. In the first 90 days, I said I'd be here, and I'm here. Okay, let's march forward and do it again. And not only do you get a sense of accomplishment, but you're learning what it takes to achieve that. So in the following year, you want to improve by 20%. You know what you've got to do to get those improvements done.
And another thing too is about that goal is when you are setting that goal, it got to be personal to you. It got to be personal for you, because if not, you're going to lose your focus. You're not going to achieve that goal. I think that's one of the things that goal has got to be so intense for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, it needs to be an 11 for you to achieve this goal, because it's that intense for you. Is that passionate for you? And that's going to give you that extra drive to keep that focus to achieve that goal. Because see, go ahead.
I think, Sheila, I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I think the idea the point you're making is that if you set goals that are not consistent with the movie that you're designing for yourself, you don't want to set goals that are in somebody else's movie. Right? You don't want to set goals. You want to set goals that leverage who you are and what you want and what you're capable of doing, and they fit. Right? It's like you go out to buy a suit of clothes for some event that you want to go to. You're going to buy a suit of clothes that fits perfectly and makes you feel good in it when you put it on. That's how planning is. You want that to feel like it fits. You want it to feel good when you put it on. It might be, you want it to feel attainable, and you don't want to overshoot, because if you fall short, you'll feel miserable. So you want it to be achievable. And it's like, I'm not going to go out and buy a $5,000 trench coat, because I could buy a car for $5,000. Right? I'm not going to set my sights on having something that might be achievable, but it's not reasonable. It's not relevant to who I am. Right? I have better things I can do with $5,000 than buy a trench coat. But in my movie, I'm content with a $200 trench coat, right? And that's okay, because the money that I save goes to help me drive my business, to help me take my family on vacation, or some other things that I want in my movie. I'm the writer. I'm the director. So I just want the movie that I'm casting myself and my family in to be one of joy and happiness as we go from moment to moment and from year to year.
What you made me thought of, how you have your movie premiere. You got to, when you're going to release your story, when you're going to let that premiere go. Because sometimes people just hold on to it. They sitting there holding the arrow, and you got it pulled back, but you're not shooting that arrow. And as long as you're standing there, you're not shooting that arrow. Even if you shoot that arrow and you don't hit the target, you will know how you need to adjust to hit that target. So a lot of times, for us, when is your premiere?
That's brilliant, Sheila. I'm glad you said that, because the time waits for no one. And here's a funny story. There's a woman who's a really successful writer. She wrote the book that became the movie Eat, Pray, Love, and she was working on her next great book, and she went to hear somebody else speak, and she ended up having dinner with the speaker. And she's talking to the speaker over dinner, And the speaker starts telling her about a book that the speaker's writing. And as the person that was speaking at the event is having dinner with the writer of Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, is thinking to herself, oh my goodness, she's telling me the story of a book that she's writing that is exactly the same story that I put on the shelf when I started the new project that I'm working on. In essence, really what I'm trying to say is that if we're working on something and we have a name for a website, we've got an idea for a business, we've got a project that we want to breathe life into, do it. Because the worst thing that can happen is that you've got the tune for a song, and you've been humming that song, and I know when this song goes public, people are going to love this song, it's going to make a lot of money, and I'll just make a lot of money. This is going to be great. This is a great song. And you keep sitting on it and not taking it to get it published, and one day you're driving to the grocery store in your car, you turn the radio on, and you hear your song. Somebody else got that idea, because that song didn't wait for you. That song wanted to get out there into the world and found somebody else to sing it. That's what happens. That's what happened to Elizabeth Gilbert. She had a book idea that she thought was a good idea, and she went to a talk, heard somebody speak, had dinner with the speaker, and the speaker told her the story of a new idea she had. It was the same idea. So if we don't use the ideas that we have and bring them out when we can, don't be mad when somebody else uses that same idea, not because they stole it from you, just because that idea went to them and said, this person is ready, this person's going to do it. You weren't ready, so I had to go.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of times that is what happened. You're not ready. You're procrastinating. Because you done tagged on all these limiting beliefs that's holding you down, but you don't have no support to support those beliefs. If you got something that's holding you down and keeping you back, think about what it is and find you 4 things to support that belief. And if you don't have enough to support that belief, then guess what? Then you need to change that belief. And
Sheila, I think that your point's excellent point, and I hope everybody listening is really writing that one down. Don't wait on it. But I think the other point that you made earlier, and I'll amplify it now, is the fact that it's hard to do any of this stuff alone.
I agree.
None of us should be thinking of ourselves as the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger had Tonto, right? I mean, Batman had Robin. Everybody's got somebody, right? That we humans are designed to be part of the tribe, and in the tribe we lean on each other, right? Yes. And we lean on each other when we need guidance and coaching and counsel, right? When we have an idea, we want somebody to say, here's how you amplify that idea and make it better, right? But, if athletes, LeBron James spends $2 million a year on coaches to keep him in tip-top shape. He makes a lot of money. But he acknowledges the fact that in order for him to be the supreme athlete that he has become, he's got to maintain it, and he calls on coaches to help him do that. So it takes a village for any one of us to accomplish anything great.
Yes, it does. And I think that's one of the things that we have gotten away from, is trying to be the Lone Ranger. It does not work. It exhausts you. It's just like you having yourself to be 2 different people. You can't be 2 different people. It's too exhausting. Just be that one person. Just be who you are. And that is so hard for a lot of people to do. So what are 3 tips that you want to leave for our listeners today?
I think the first thing is commit to find somebody in your world, in somebody you can meet eyeball to eyeball, somebody you can talk to on the telephone, that you can collaborate with to create the life you want to live, the business that you want to launch, right? Don't really try to do it alone, because when we're alone, we're only hearing our voice. We need somebody else to hear when we speak things that we don't even know we're saying. I mean, we say it out loud, but we take it for granted. Somebody else hears it and say, that's amazing. All right, you should do something with that. And then when we hear them say that, we then take that and we build on it and we make it better. So don't commit to find someone and bring them into your world to help you think through things. The number 2 thing I think would be, don't be shy of doing the work. And that's just the self-work. That's the work of literally looking in the mirror and thinking about who you are, how you got here, whose shoulders you stand upon in your family and in your life experience. And do that. It's kind of like taking an x-ray of your life, and you want to see it all, and you want to spread it all out in front of you. And from that experience, you want to pick the things that will serve you in this moment today, in the thing you want to do tomorrow. So think of that business of, I want to take all the potential things that have happened to me in my life. I'll put the bad things over here, and I'll put the good things over here, and the in-between things in the middle. But I have to look at the bad things to see how they make me stronger. I want to look at the good things and see how they can become my superpowers. And when I take and think about what I've identified that's broken in the world, and maybe this is probably the 3rd thing, you spread all the things out on the table and you assess them and you put them in different categories. Superpowers over here, things that made me stronger. It didn't kill me, it made me stronger over here. And then the 3rd thing is that you do is you look into the world and you say, there's a lot of things broken in the world, but this thing over here, based on the things I spread out before myself and my superpowers and the things that didn't kill me and made me stronger, I think I can use my talents to fix that thing that I see broken in the world.
Awesome.
You take your coach, you take your superpowers and the things that made you stronger, and the thing you identify that you're going to go fix, and go do it. Because when you commit to do that, remember, providence is going to move in and amazing things will come to help you get it done. Just do it. Boldness has power and strength in it.
Awesome. I happen to agree. Don't be the Lone Ranger. Examine yourself and use your talents. Awesome. This has been really great. So tell the listeners how they can get in contact with you and if you're giving them a free gift.
Yeah, whoever gets in touch with Shelia, with however she's going to run this offer, you get 40 minutes with me, and we talk about how you take your brand stories, your story, your customer story, and you turn them into brand strategies to help you accomplish more. I enjoy the work that I do, so I always enjoy discovering the opportunities that people have inside of them to help grow businesses that can help them accomplish more. To get in touch with me, my name is Art Jones. I'm Art Jones, Tucson is where I live. You'll find all of my stuff, but if you go to artjones.tv, you'll find me. If you go to about.me/artjones.tv, you'll find all of my social media platforms, and you'll find me everywhere from Pinterest to Tumblr to Facebook and my website right there at about.me/artjones.tv.
Awesome.
So Sheila, thank you so much for having me on with you. I so enjoyed talking to you because I appreciate your wisdom, and I really appreciate you for having me on your show.
It was awesome having you here as well. And if you want to build on that foundation to become that person that can shift no matter which way the wind blows, you can just get on a free consultation call. It's free. It does not cost you anything. It's just if you're open and you want to look at the possibilities, just go to victorybeyondlimits.com, or you can go to the Facebook group, Awaken the Leader in You. And as always, have a victorious and blessed day.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
Coach on Fire Radio.
I am the top.